So, hey, collective, this will be a collective message. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is general, it's also timeless. So, keep that in mind when it comes to the messages, okay? So, we're going to cleanse the energy first, get the energy cleansed before I start my reading. And I'm going to also do it once I finish and close it out, okay? So, make sure, if you are a reader, make sure you cleanse that energy once you start, before you start, and then cleanse it out after you finish, okay? You can never, have too much cleansing of the energy, if you ask me, okay? We're gonna see what the message is for today for the collective. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube channel at Introvertedly Guided. It will help the growth of my channel, and it'll also help others receive messages that are needing to be received, okay? Also, if y'all would like something more personal, book me as amaribrielle@gmail.com and or book me through my Etsy shop. Click the link in the bio and it should take you straight to my Etsy shop, okay? And I thank y'all in advance. And for some reason, I'm hearing like, who gonna promote you if you don't promote yourself, okay? So that's a message for somebody. You gotta promote yourself, because ain't nobody else gonna promote you if you're not promoting yourself, all right? So keep that in mind, collective. So, collective, I feel like you are someone that is in this Phoenix energy, and you could be like, rising from the ashes. You could have been through, some things, is what I'm seeing. And I feel like you're just going through a new phase in life, is what I'm also getting. And I did see, like, in my third eye, my mind's eye, a bridge. And I was getting like, this has been a long journey for you, all right? But I feel like there's a few more things that you need to accomplish to get into alignment, okay? I'm hearing like you're almost there, all right? The song off of Disney, Princess and the Frog, that's what I was channeling, that song. Being vulnerable. Now, you could be in this energy where you could have felt like being vulnerable was a weakness, is what I was getting. You could have been told that it was a weakness, or you could have felt like it was a weakness due to, not being able to show your feelings or express your feelings in some way, shape, or form. And people made you feel like, being vulnerable or being open, being a softie, okay? You could be empathic, you could be extra sensitive, okay? You were made to feel like that was a weakness, all right? So you created this mindset as to where you felt like you had to build this wall up. You had to protect yourself when it came to your emotions and how you, went about things when it came to expressing yourself, okay? When it came to vulnerability in general, all right? Is what I'm getting from this. And I feel like you are, with you being in this Phoenix energy, you are now connecting to your higher self, and you are like creating a different outlook on life. Like you see things in a different perspective from a higher point of view, is what I'm getting from this. And you're realizing that vulnerability is your superpower, all right? Is a superpower, all right? You don't have to be afraid to be vulnerable. It just shows your strength and your authenticity, all right? And I feel like you're going through this change, because the number 5 signifies change. You're going through a change in mindset. You're going through a change when it comes to your perspective and how you see things versus what you were taught, how to be, what to be, when to be it, if that makes sense, okay? People may have told you that you were weak because you were like a very emotional or sensitive type of person. And I'm here to tell you, people that tell you that is the ones that's weak, okay? And they be dying on the inside, all right? That's why you see so many people walking around so angry, because they don't know how to be vulnerable. They so blocked off heart-wise, they so blocked off emotionally, until they walk around with a lot of baggage. They walk around with a lot of animosity, on the inside because they haven't been taught or they haven't been shown how to open up, you know, and unblock that heart chakra. They haven't been taught how to be vulnerable, and that vulnerability is not a weakness. All right, it just shows that you are human. All right, okay, so you just have to also be careful with who you are vulnerable with. So that comes with being, you know, having that discernment when it comes to the people that you mesh yourself with. All right, who you are able to open up to and, you know, be vulnerable and be that vulnerable person or be that authentic person with. You have to make sure you use discernment when it comes to that. I feel like you're definitely going through a death and rebirth, which is the Phoenix rising energy. You could be a Scorpio, or the full moon in Scorpio is significant. This, you know, is like literally pretty much clarifying what I've already said with the Phoenix rising, the death and rebirth. So you're definitely going through a rebirth at this time. You're transforming, you're changing mindset wise. You know, you are connecting to your higher self. You're aligning to your true path and purpose, and just being your authentic self is what I'm getting from this, okay, collective. And I feel like you are learning that, or you're trying to, you know, change your mindset in the way of, you know, not being afraid to ask for help, you know, if needed. Okay, which, you know, still use your discernment when it comes to that, but I feel like you're opening up more to the idea of being able to, you know, be open and authentic about, you know, different things. Okay. So what else I'm getting is, with your dreams need a practical plan. Now, you could have Scorpio somewhere in your chart, or you could be a Scorpio, or you are being called to embody this energy. And also, you could have Taurus somewhere placed in your chart, or you could be a definite Taurus. Don't have to be, or you being called to embody this energy, Taurus energy. But what I'm seeing is, your dreams need a practical plan. So it could be something that you're working on, that you have like, I feel like you have dreams, and you know, you're a dreamer. You're a very ambitious type of person is what I'm getting. But you may be a bit unorganized is what I'm also picking up, okay? And that's why your dreams need a practical plan. So you could be somebody that's a ADHDer. You know, a lot of ADHDers don't really have a plan in place, and they could be a bit unorganized, you know, just kind of, you know, going with the flow of the day for the most part, you know, if they are up for the challenge. All right. But with that being said, you need to put a plan in place when it comes to your dreams and pursuits, or it's going to feel like you are going through an uphill battle and you chasing these dreams, but you feel like you're not really going nowhere when it comes to these dreams, or when it comes to what you are trying to accomplish, because you don't have an actual plan in place. What I'm also getting, you could be someone that starts something and don't finish what you started. So you may have a million things, and that also explains somebody that has ADHD. You may have a million different projects, but you haven't accomplished one project first before you even moved on to the next project. All right. This energy that I'm getting is you're needing to focus, put more focus into one thing. Once you accomplish that one thing, then, you know, have that plan in place for that one thing. And then if you want to do something else, go to the next thing. Don't try to do 100 different things at one time, if that makes sense, because you'll get more accomplished with focusing on that one thing. And people with ADHD is like multitaskers. You know what I'm saying? I guess it's like an adrenaline thing. I don't know, but focusing on that one thing and getting that one thing accomplished, you will realize that, you know, you'll feel so much better versus having things scattered all out and, you know, energetically you off balance because you like, dang, I didn't get this finished. I didn't get that done because you're not focused on that one thing. If you focus on that one thing, you will get so much more accomplished, okay? So even if it's like checking off a mental checklist, if you're not somebody that can mentally, you know, check things off, you know, write it down is what I'm getting as well. So collective, you know, could be feeling like you are going through an uphill battle and you're not making any progress. That's because you don't have a practical plan in place and you don't have, you know, you haven't got that checklist. You know what I'm saying? If you got to write it down, you got to do what you got to do. If you got to put it in your phone, do that too. I have to do all three at some point in time because when I can't get it mentally, because I have so many things going on in my mind, I have to put it down in my phone. And sometimes I don't even check my phone. So I have to write it down and kind of, you know, go from one thing to the next thing and kind of check those things off, if that makes sense, okay? So sometimes you have to do all three. If that'll help you remember and put a plan in place, you got to do what you got to do in order to get these things accomplished, okay? So you could be seeing multiple numbers when it comes to this. Like I mentioned, you could be 32 years old. Or you could definitely be going through a transformation, which I mentioned, you know, with the Phoenix rising energy. You are definitely somebody that's rising from the ashes and creating a different mindset and seeing things in a different perspective, okay? Aligning with your true path and purpose is what I'm getting also. I'm hearing you could be seeing 222, which is connected to balance. Balancing out things mentally, physically is what I'm getting also. Creatively, because we got creativity. You could have been born on the 15th day of a month. 615 was is significant. And I was also getting like roll your dice, pick your poison. So what I'm getting from that is like, you know, make sure it's something, but don't be afraid to take risks, take chances, you know, roll the dice, pick your poison, you know, which direction are you going to go? You know, what do you want to truly do? You know what I'm saying? You can pick this poison or you can pick this poison. You know, some poison, I know poison ain't good for you, you know, poison is poison. But in this case, in my visual, I feel like you got a good poison and then you got a bad poison, all right? This is what I'm visualizing. So either you're going to pick the good poison or you're going to pick the bad poison. The one that kill you or the one that's going to help you elevate and go higher, okay? To a different, you know, path. To the best path is what I'm getting. So with 1515 being here, creativity, keep accessing the creative connection that you feel to the divine. The whispers speak through your creative connections, allowing you to express the beauty that is within you and connect you to the love that is around you. Affirmation. Creativity is my birthright. As I express my creativity, I feel a beautiful flow of love and connection. All right. So that's what I got for y'all. I'm going to leave it there. I hope this helps. If it does help, if it does resonate anyway, let me know. Definitely comment below. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.